What's going on, everybody? Shiny Shuriken back here again with another video for you tonight. Tonight I'm bringing you some Wi-Fi battles that I had recently. Struck gold recently, literally, and bred myself a wonderful new Shiny Charmander that I'm really excited about. I have not ever had a Shiny Charmander of my own. Got it in just under a couple of hundred eggs, so that was pretty awesome. Love that. So I wanted to train it up right away. I got a Jolly Nature, and I went ahead and made it into a physical attacker that's going to be using the Charizardite X. So going with that Dragon Fire, that classic Mega Evolution. I don't know if you can call it classic if it's 5th gen, but classic Charizard, of course. It's always a powerhouse when you can get that Dragon Dance, Flare Blitz kind of movement going. I actually opted to go with a Dragon Claw on the Charizard, so I wanted to test it out. I haven't ever team built around a Charizard before, so I tossed together a quick one and jumped into a battle with one of my friends who always brings the heat. Willie, he is always bringing really strong teams. Dude is a great team builder, puts together really concrete teams that build off of each other. He always is really good about playing the field with, if he's putting up rock spikes, toxic spikes. He's always really good about controlling some of the match, whether it be from a paralyze, a burn, bringing all that kind of stuff. I mean, this dude, I cannot tell you how much his clef key bothers me, but it does. So the first battle that I have for you tonight is a battle with Willie, and we're going to hop right into these battles, and I'm going to walk you through kind of what I was thinking and the decisions that I made like usual. So enjoy. Here we go. Okay, everybody, looking at this team here, it's a nice looking team. He's got some scary threats on there with Nidoking. Dragonite, maybe a belly drumming Snorlax, not sure. Recycle, maybe. Not sure what he's going to lead with here, so I decided to go with just my typical lead of Ariados, and I want to get the sticky webs up and see if I can try and control some of the speed to get my Xurkitree in. Xurkitree's not really very fast, so if I can possibly get somebody coming in after that and get the Xurkitree in so that it can outpace and maybe get off the Z Hypnosis, that'd be great. He ends up leading with his Shiny Gengar. I'm not sure what the Gengar is going to do, but I decide to stay in, of course, and see if I can get those webs up. I'm assuming he's just going to go for an attack, and I have a Sash, so I'll live whatever he has, and I'll get those webs up and try and control it. But he actually goes for a Hypnosis, hits it, and I'm asleep. So I'm hoping for a first turn wake up. He hits me with a Psychic and activates my Sash, which is fine, and I do not get the first turn wake up. But I do get a second turn going for a Sucker Punch. Always have that in the bag with Ariados, and he's going to knock me out, and I lose my Ariados. I don't get my webs up, so Xurkitree is not the play for me. So I bring in my Muck, the Dark type, to go against this Ghost. It's a very specially defensive and defensive, kind of evened out Pokemon, and I expected that he was going to switch, so I went with a knockoff to hit his incoming Shiny Arcanine. And it's going to drop my attack, which kind of is a bummer. So I'm not going to do too much damage on that switch in. But I do get the Assault Vest knocked off, and I expected him to stay in. So I wanted to use a Poison Jab to get that 51% poison. I didn't get it. And I did think he would stay in there, so I did choose a Poison Jab again. Unfortunately, he brings in this Nidoking. Poison Jab is just going to do nothing there. And I'm thinking that I might be able to live in Earth Power if he uses it, and I do not. So good lesson learned there. I was going to go for the knockoff there to possibly knock off a Choice Scarf or whatever he may be holding. I decided to bring in my Palossand to try and threaten the Nidoking. I want him to think that he can stay in, but he actually does end up switching out, so I predict wrong. And I go for an Earth Power on an incoming Dragonite, and that is not going to go well. So he does switch out and bring that Dragonite in, and that's a real bummer for me because I use Stealth Rock, and he is going to use that Dragon Dance. I think that I might be able to put some damage on him. It's a very defensive Palossand, Ghost moves, and with 2 Dragon Dances up, I decided that the best option here for me was to give up on the match, and that's a good lesson learned for me to not be messing around with a double Dragon Dancing Dragonite. So that one obviously wasn't a great match, and probably not what you guys were expecting for the first battle in this video today. But I do want to always showcase that I am just a very atypical player for right now. I'm trying to get better and trying to learn. And, bad matches, bad decisions happen. And it's okay to forfeit and walk away when you know that your opponent outplayed you really early in a match. I respect Willie's abilities. In Pokemon battles, dude's a great battler. I always have fun battling him and his monster teams. And he got me. When he brought in the Dragonite, I probably should have switched turn 1 instead of going for the Stealth Rock. I thought that my Palisam maybe could have done a better job than what it did. And when I saw that Shadow Ball damage, I really knew there was nothing else for me to do. I looked around my team, and I had the Tapu Fini, the Charizard, Xurkitree, and Terrakion, and none of them were really going to do much work. I don't know if I had the Tapu Fini on this team or not, but it wasn't a good matchup for me at that point, so I decided to say GG, nice work, Willie, you got me there, you made the better early plays, and I didn't. But I, of course, did keep building around that Charizard. I swapped out a couple of Pokemon that I didn't think that would be a good complement to Charizard, and so I made a couple of different teams and tried out a few. Tried to find some random battles. My friends weren't always around and ready to battle right away, but I still got into a couple. This next one was really fun. I did snag a win here and there, of course. I think I still do all right. This one, of course, went a little bit differently as I'm trying to showcase the Charizard. So with that, we'll go ahead and jump into it, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So on this next battle here, you guys, I jumped into this random battle. He had a pretty stacked team. He or she, I guess. Anybody could be Ash. But we got a Mew, Lando, Tapu, Koko, Salamence, Greninja, Charizard. Stacked team of some Ubers and some OU. So really nice to see that. I did revamp the team a little bit. So obviously you see some of the changes there with Lunala. Jumped into that Ubers level. And I decided here that instead of leading with the Charizard, I was just going to toss out Xurkitree, see if I could maybe get that Z Hypnosis going right away. I don't have a sticky web setter on here like I did in the last one, but he leads with a Mew, which I was like, all right, maybe the Mew will hit me, maybe I'll live one, but I'll go for it. I think I outpace, and I do. So I go ahead and I rock that Z Hypnosis right away. I'm going to put that Mew to sleep. Except for Xurkitree has no eyes, so it completely misses. And then the Metronome actually goes for a Grass Whistle, which also misses. Hypnosis again misses because Xurkitree is just blind. And there's a parting shot Metronome from the Mew here that sends it away, and I don't think that that's what that individual wanted to happen, but in comes the Intimidating Salamence, and now my attack on my Xurkitree is absolutely wrecked, which makes it useless. Because Xurkitree is all about its physical attack. So I decide to go for a third Hypnosis here as it megas, and I hit it. And I'm so happy. And I just need it to stay asleep and not wake up and use Earthquake and wreck my life. But I get the Tail Glow off. I'm now +1 because of that parting shot, and I'm going to Oko the Salamence, get a Beast Boost, go +2 on my special attack, and now it is time to see if we can sweep it out. So the Lando comes in, which could be a bad news if it's Scarfed. I think maybe at +1 it might still outpace me, but I end up going first. I get the Energy Ball off and Oko the Lando, and it is looking like we are going to possibly sweep out. Now I know I only have 2 Pokemon down, but in comes the Mew. It is definitely especially bulky usually in a lot of common builds, but a Thunderbolt from Zerk is going to take it out. The Lando is gone. My threats for electric moves are gone. I can Thunderbolt freely here. Even if it brought in the Tapu Koko, I'm not too concerned. But it brings in Greninja, which would die to either a Thunderbolt or a Energy Ball. And Thunderbolt's going to take that thing out, and I'm going to get another Beast Boost here. And I am just rocking a giant special attack right now. Charizard's going to come in. I'm going to hit this thing real hard with a Thunderbolt. And he still has that Tapu Koko in the bag, and I'm not really too concerned here at +5 special attack. So even a Thunderbolt, I think, would take out the Tapu Koko. So I'm just going to go ahead and take the safe play here because I know it's on the field now, and I am going to use an energy ball to go ahead and try and knock this thing out. And we're going to connect for our last move, and that Tapu Koko is going to go down, and that's going to complete a 6-0 sweep for Xurkitree. So Xurkitree putting in the work. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed that last battle. Always kind of fun to pull off those sweeps. Like I said in the early video, Xurkitree is definitely one of my favorite Pokemon. I hunted him down to get that very specific timid nature because it's a special attacker. And I love using it. So I didn't get to use the Charizard. I definitely am going to be bringing you some more battles where that Charizard makes a good appearance. I am putting together some better teams. Obviously, we know Charizard is going to find his way into Sword and Shield. So we'll be seeing him in the nice HD graphics of Sword and Shield, which will be fun. And I do have some other videos coming up, you guys. Pretty cool. I took out some Pokemon cards and took them in and traded them in. So I got myself a Cosmic Eclipse Elite Trainer box. I'm going to be snagging a second one so we can do 2 Cosmic Eclipses. This will be my first Cosmic Eclipse opening, so we'll have that video, guys, up for you this week still. So come on back if you want to check out those card openings and get some codes and see if we pull anything good. I do like some of the tag teams that I've been seeing coming out of there. So thanks for dropping by, you guys. Remember to hit that like button. Subscribe if you aren't subscribed because you want to come back for all this shiny Shuriken content. We're just going to be getting better from here. I hope you guys enjoyed the new intro that I got and checked out that channel art. Really excited about both of those new additions to the channel. So thanks for coming out, you guys. As always, I appreciate you stopping by, and we'll catch you next time.